Hey guys, so I thought I would pull up the website and walk you through the main parts of the project just so you're not confused. If you have any questions, I can refer you to this in the future. All right, so let's start out with the Essential Arts website that should be given to you by your teachers on your teams. If not, it is also posted on my team's page and the Google Classroom, and I'll also put it here on this video for you. So you start out here. If you're doing my camp, you're going to do CTE, so we'll click on CTE, and that will take us to the main CTE page. Now, depending on where you are, you'd click on the buttons, but this is a screencast for middle school, so we'll go to middle school, click into there. Now, the camp that I'm running right now is called Cooking with Cardboard. You have two options with it. You can either create a solar oven, which is what most of us are doing, but if you're unable to get all of the materials that you think you might need to build one, I also have the ability to do a cardboard creations camp. It makes it out of cardboard. All right, so those are the materials you might need. Once you've done that, you go ahead and select which grade you're in. I have classrooms for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Let's just split the difference and say I'm a 7th grader today. That will take me to Google Classroom and the 7th grade. All right, once you're in there, you'll see that I've made an announcement. I'm not going to read it to you because I'm pretty sure you can read. And then down here at the bottom, I've got the cardboard engineering slides. So you'll click on that to see what this camp's all about. And this is where you kind of decide which camp you want to do. So I've got my title slide. I have a video slide kind of explaining the camp again for those of you who missed out on the first part where we talked about what each camp was going to be doing. And then finally, I have a slide where it says pick your adventure or pick your project. If you're going to do the solar cooker, you'll click here. You'll get your slides at the bottom. Or if you're doing a different one, you can click on other cardboard creations, click there, and you'll get the slides for the other cardboard creations. Okay. I'm going to click into the cardboard solar cooker since that's what most of us are doing. Other cardboard creations are very similar. The slides look very much the same. Once you get in there and it opens up, you'll see that there are steps listed. So I've got 7 main steps to this project. And if you follow all the steps, you should end with a video of your solar cooker in action talking about what you cooked and the whole process that got you from start to finish. All right, so the first slide is just giving you some basic info, and also it gives you a link back to the materials you might need to do a solar cooker. Step 1, I'm going to walk you through your first day. All right, so you would read what that day is all about. So this is your routines and expectations, and then next to it in a yellow box are the assignments I'm going to give you. So the first day it says to look at this resource sheet and begin thinking about what kind of solar cooker you'd like to make, and then you'll fill out this Google form. Now that's important because that's how I kind of keep track of attendance and participation, is if you filled out your forms. All right, so it gives me feedback, gives me a list of all the students who checked in and sent their forms, as along with their questions and that kind of thing. So you might want to make sure you do that. So we'll click here on the resource sheet just to see what's there. And on this resource sheet for this link, I've got a whole bunch of links to ideas for solar cookers you might want to check out. So let's say that I go to this Solar Cooking International page, and there is some information about the different types of solar cookers and lots of different plans. So let's just pick one. Now normally you would look through all of these, you'd kind of see which ones you want to do, what type you might want to do. Let's say that I am into making a collapsible parabolic cooker. That sounds like something I want to do. Then I would click into it, and there's some information about creating a collapsible parabolic cooker that I could put together. And you can see I've got a collapsible box one as well. So you can look for some ideas. Usually these things have plans on them as well. So it will tell you kind of a start to finish plan. This is why you'd want to look around at a lot of different options. It looks like, I just saw this one now, so I might have missed it, but it looks like that they do not have, yeah, I don't see that they have any kind of plans. So if I'm someone who really likes to have like a step-by-step plan, this might not be the cooker for me, right? So I might go back and say, you know what, I'm looking for something a little bit more simple. I don't need anything too high speed. Maybe I want to try out the Cookin. All right, so this is one using cardboard and aluminum foil, and it's a panel cooker, so it should be pretty simple to construct. I like that. Okay. There's a PDF file for printing out a full-size template. Lots of information here. This one looks a little more doable for me, so maybe I want to try this one out. And I can look through and read through that. So today's work is to figure out what you're gonna, I'd get 2 or 3 different options for what I might want to try out. Let's go back to our slides. So now that I've looked through my resource sheet, again, you'd want to get probably 2 or 3 more possibilities that you want to check out. I'm going to go to the Google form. I'm going to click on that. And it's going to ask me what grade I'm in. Now, I told myself I was a 7th grader today, so I'd click on 7th grade. It says to please sign up for communication via Microsoft Teams. You should already be on there, but if you're not, go ahead and click in. It won't hurt if you do it. So if you're already in there and you just want to click in, you can do it that way. It will open that up in Teams. So you'll be put automatically on my Microsoft team, which is the way to contact me. If you want to talk to me, ask me about the cooker. So I'm going to say, okay, I've signed up. I'm good to go. And then if you read through and if you thought through what this camp is, you'll answer this last question. I'm not going to do it for you. You have to think through the answers there. So I'm just going to pick one so it says that I've got that. If you have any questions, I might put those there, although honestly, the best way to reach me is Microsoft Teams. Okay, so make sure that you click into that link so that it signs you up for Microsoft Teams. Okay, now that would fulfill step 1, day 1 work. Okay, now there are 7 steps listed. So step 2, tomorrow you might come back for related arts for your work and look into the how of solar cooking. So there's information about how do we do it so that once you get outside and start testing it, you're not making a ton of mistakes. So when I look at the hows of solar cooking, step 3 would be how to select your final solar cooker and start building that. Step 4, you just follow on down through your steps. Like I said, it should end at step 7, where you will take a video of yourself cooking your meal so that we can have a big kind of virtual cookout with all of our videos in one spot on that Padlet. All right. Now this is a 2-week camp, and that should be 10 days total, right? 2 full school weeks is 10 days of school. I've only got 7 on here. That's because 3 of those days are build days. It's just where you're putting the cooker together and trying to work with it, or testing it and making sure that it works better than it did when you first started. So I've got 3 days kind of built in where you're kind of building it, testing it, working with it, and then you hop back into the next step. All right. So you are responsible for completing the 7 steps and completing the assignments on there. All right. Okay. So we said that the primary way of contacting me is through Teams. And on your day 1 slides, if you did your Google form correctly, it should have signed you up for my Microsoft Teams team, right? So it's called Cooking with Cardboard for middle school. And once you're in there, you've got access to all of our meetings and that kind of thing. All right. So you can contact me that way. You can start a new conversation, or you can start a chat with me as well if you wanted to reach out individually. All right. Now within Teams, people have asked about when we're meeting face to face when we're doing the video parts. Okay. I'm going to leave my video chat open during the related arts times each day. So if you have any questions or just kind of want to check in and see what's going on, then I will talk with you. I'll leave that thing open, and whenever you're done, you can kind of sign off and get back to your work. Okay, so I will leave the video chat open, and we'll probably have a real full-on chat once a week, but I will make that announcement on the Google team, okay, if I do that. The most important thing is at the end of camp, you put your video on the Padlet so everyone can see our virtual cookout. All right, so that's it for now. If you have any questions that you'd like to reach out for, again, hit me up on Teams. You can find that information if you do your day one work, and that information will also be on the website. All right, the Related Arts website that you found at the beginning of this video. All right, I'll talk to you all later. See you soon on the team.